Hello everyone, episode 126, live on the hulls. I didn't think we were going to get to episode 6, let alone 126, 15,000 subscribers. I'm absolutely over the moon. I can't believe 15 people are watching this hoo-ha that's going on here. This week, hey, check out that. That's suspended by the tent. I know a lot of you are all saying to me, why don't you build a gantry and deal with all these modules? I've worked out a way to suspend that module so that I can actually lift it up and down within that companionway. That's just been gold for me because it means I can lower it, check stuff, lift it, lower it, check stuff, basically up and down until I get it all fitted in. This week I'm going to be tabbing the floor down there on top of the sole and dealing with some of the reinforcement on the step adjustment I had to make on the head, and also starting to think about how I'm going to reinforce the companionway before I put it in. So as you can see, it's in now, but there's a lot to come. I've got probably 6 or 8 weeks of video of all of what's been going on here on the mold. And also this week, as I get a bit older, I start to forget things, and if I don't write stuff down, I'm screwed these days. And Janet and I had a brilliant day out on the water yesterday, and I'm going to add that in there as well. So stay tuned. Very funny incident that happened last night after we'd had some of the best sailing we've had for years. Yesterday was just a wonderful day. Got home and yeah, all hell broke loose at about 2:30 this morning. So stay tuned, it's all coming up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the notifications bell. Out of 15,000 subscribers, only about 5,000 of you have clicked that notification bell. Click it now. Do it right now, please guys, please just do it. It's the only way we get momentum with our channel. And the composite shop, 200 subscribers this week. Absolutely rapt to see that happening. And yeah, I'm building that series is really starting to get a lot of momentum. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and thank you to my patrons. I couldn't be up here on Sunday night working without you guys doing that, and especially in this sort of weather. Let's get into it. So the sole is down. I've prepared all the edges for filleting and tabbing, and this engine bay bulkhead, or the actual, which forms basically the bed frame, which actually separates this cabin from the actual engine bay, has got to be tabbed in first. So I'm going to fillet and tab this first, and then I'll continue along with the sole. This has required a bit of adjustment. I've had to cut 25 mils off the bottom of it because I raised the floor up. So what I've done is I've just made sure we have the exact position for this now, so it's ready to fill it in. I'm going to whack it in, and I'm immediately going to tab it and peel ply it, and then I'll be able to continue along this floor on both sides. The bathrooms can then be fitted, or not so much fitted permanently, but certainly dry fitted after a bit of reinforcement. So I've got a lot to do down here, and get on with it now. This is going to take all afternoon to get this area done, but once it's done for good. Next morning, that is now tabbed, filleted and finished, and you know, you couldn't be any stronger. But now I'm going to basically put the head back in place, make sure that everything's exactly right. It's always a slight variation when I put a floor down. There might be a couple of mils down, a couple of mils up, but I want to have a good look at how it's going to look, and then I can basically start to consider putting in that bulkhead there. It's only a small one because it's actually an angled wardrobe partition, and there's another one further back here which actually forms the end of the head. So we've finally got this positioned. We've made a hatch access over the head area to get to that blackwater tank. So I'm going to mark this now. Notice it's not on the peel ply, John, because the last marks I had were on the peel ply.
Oh, you lost it.
Yeah, lost it, but that's okay, because I knew it wasn't going to be right, but I'm going to draw this on now so I know exactly where it fits.
Come right around.
Exactly where it needs to be, mate.
On the wall now.
Yeah, so there's no screws in there, John. Just let me lift my edge over.
Righto.
Hang on, hang on. You should be able to just hold it as it goes in, because there's no screws there now. You alright?
Crate's going down.
Yep. Edge over.
Down.
Ooh.
Hang on. Oh shit. Whoop. It's inside the bulkhead door. The corner, so you got to lift it up to get it square. Okay. No, back to you. Okay, we're in. We're on. We're down. You want to kick it in? Maybe. Is that it?
Actually, no. Right, you got it? What gap are we talking about? Oh, behind the bulkhead.
Made the measure. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly all
yeah, that's
the way
perfect.
Through. That means that's square.
That's in the right spot.
That's parallel, the gap.
Yeah, but look at this floor. It's still about a centimetre high.
What do you mean?
It's not sitting flush on the floor.
No, it's not. It's sitting on this join here.
And that is this.
It's sitting on this.
That's this step here.
It's sitting on that. There.
Yeah, I need to trim that step off a bit more. That's what's holding it up. Right, so we're going to have to cut a hole in here because I can't see what's going on in there or under here. So, bit of an unknown. In line with what we did over the other side, I'm going to cut this guy. It's going to be a bit neat down here. Snowstorm. I'll breathe more in than I'll bloody cut out. Oh, it's hard against it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I might.
10 mil?
No, I'll cut about 5 off, I think.
Well, can you get a tape measure in there? Can you get some sort of measurement?
No, but it is. It's rock hard against it, I reckon, probably. Perfect on there. I reckon 5 mil off that bulkhead would be more than enough. And that'll allow it just to, it's not going to change it up here.
Can you feel if it's up against the hull? On the back, does it need to go forward?
No.
No, it's hard up against it.
Righto. It just means I can put an angle on the top of that shelf as well.
Yep.
Ooh, that's going to be itchy, isn't it? So it's all the way down. It's actually spot on. I think about 5 mil off that bulkhead. Probably more than enough, mate.
So do you want to pull it out, trim it and put it back in? No.
No, I'm going to lift it out and I've got plenty of work to do. I'll tap it all in.
Oh, righto.
In the right place. Okay, so we've lifted that out, and I wish I'd filmed that, John.
You didn't?
Mate, that was like a rugby scrum, getting that bastard in place, wasn't it? It was like we did a scrimmage on the deck here. Mate, the All Blacks would have been proud of us, but the Wallabies wouldn't have been because they're not been playing very well lately.
They're rubbish.
So, what's the plan here, John? Come on, you tell me, because I've got to do it, but John's organising it.
We've got to foam all these steps.
Yep, we're going to put foam in there.
2 layers of glass.
Yeah, another 2 layers of probably 600. I might even put some 1200 in it just to beef it up.
And then we just lift it in and out about 500 times.
That's right. Yeah, 500 would be about the accurate description.
Yes.
You've never been one prone to exaggeration. I tend to agree. I reckon 500 would be the minimum amount of time.
Minimum. And you got to put your new bulkheads in.
Yeah, new bulkheads. So I've got about 3 weeks work here, I think.
That's all right.
That's okay. That's good.
Keeps you out of the wife's hair.
Good on you, mate. I'm so glad Johnny rocked over when he did, because I got about a week ahead just then.
I'm only hiding from the wife. She's in the office.
Is she over there, is she?
I don't know. I don't want to go and have a look.
Classic. All right, I've got plenty of work to do there. Lots of sanding, lots of prep, but the good thing is I can get on with it and I've got plenty of space. So I'm going to have a big clean up here now. Give myself some working space. Yeah, that's awesome, John. Thank you.
Would you bring in a table?
I've got a table over the back there. I'll bring it over. Yeah, no, definitely. Get a table, get set up.
Get this up down?
Yep. Yeah, no, it's going to be a heavy mother when it's got all the steps put in it.
It's going to be a lot more heavier, yeah.
Yeah, but at least I can get that foam cut now. Brilliant. Good on you, buddy.
Laughing.
Looking very professional now. It's all starting to come together, eh?
Well, it's John.
That glass floored in. Righto, so we've got basically step modules. I'm going to make a template of foam for this entire piece here. And before I can put this in, I need to run at least 2 50mm conduits, probably 50mm along that chine there. I'll glass them in too, make sure they fit before we go and bog it in. So I'm going to be buying some pipe, I think. Alright, so I'm going to get some quick templates for these stairs. Just got some cheap cardboard. Pretty much get the rough shapes. And that's going to be good enough. Alright, so this is going to be a 20mm foam on here. Basically aiming for good rigidity but not too much weight, and then I'll put a layer of 300, layer of 600, another layer of 300 over the top just to finish it off. Lots of prep to be done, so I'll do this with each of these sections. I don't need it here because this gets glassed down to the floor. I only need it on that large section there, the small step at the top, and then those other 2 stairs on the other side. So not a lot of work to be done here, but certainly will make this bulletproof. Just been ferreting around up in the roof of my factory, up on my mezzanine, and I've located the roof molds for the port head. Now I knew I had them. They're in amazing condition. They're basically just a quick wipe and I'll be basically ready to lay up on. But I just want to fit it on top of the head to make sure that that I've got everything in line, because once these actually fit in between the head and this large companionway module that I've got to to install here. So I've sort of got a roof lining inside the bathroom, make it easy to clean. It means I don't have to fare inside and paint the inside of the bathroom to make sure that I've basically got a good gel coat surface that's easy to clean, easy to repair. Pretty much the principle I've been working with all along with this build. But I'm going to just sit it on top. Now it weighs a ton. It's pretty bloody heavy and it's going to be pretty precarious, but I've got to be a bit careful because yeah, I mean the weight in this thing, it's actually almost as heavy as the module on its own. Lots going on here today, guys. There's like new machines being installed in the factory right beside me here, so lots of noise around and you know, nothing I can do about it. It's basically industrial noise. One thing about molds is you have to think in reverse. So there's no good in just sitting this on top as it stands. It needs to be sat on in the upright position, which is how the product's going to come out. So in this case, I've got, that's the surface, the gel coat's going to be against it. So in fact, this has to sit as it would upright on the actual bathroom module. Now it's as heavy as hell and it's not going to fit perfectly because it's so thick that it'll give me an idea of the fitment of this particular module. So imagine it's going to sit like this of this mould, like so, and it's very precarious. So I probably won't be leaving that there for too long. I'll just show you what that looks like. All right, so you can see here that this surface here, when it's all gel coated, is going to form the roof inside this module here. So what that indicates to me is that this flange can pretty much go because this is going to form the inside, so it'll be a nice flush finish with this just lipping up over the top. That's what I'm sort of anticipating. But you know, that weighs about 25-30 kilos, that thing, and it's a big chunk of a thing. But what I can do, I can sort of do that in one of the days when I'm not working up in here. I can lay that one up and put 3 or 4 layers of glass on it, chuck it in place, and then I know what the inside of my bathroom is going to look like. And I'll just show you a photo here of what it's supposed to look like. But you know, look at the detail in these molds. I mean, when I bought this mold, I really wasn't aware of the workmanship that went into this particular thing. But look at the shapes. Everything here has been handmade and then a plug made off it. So it's pretty amazing when you think about the work that goes into a production boat like this, and ultimately the amount of hours that are spent hand shaping, hand fairing and getting it to a plug version so that you can pull a mold off like this. And you know, sadly there was only a couple of these made, so you know, I think there was only one made with these modules in it. So all the other ones are actually foam or some sort of internal outfitting. But yeah, that's how that fits on there. I'm going to leave that there and maybe go and have some lunch. So angry with myself. I've just had a bit of a disaster. I had that sitting up there like that, and I was down there frigging around, moving the head around, just trying to get it in the exact position, just fiddling, and that fell in. And luckily I was outside because 30 kilos of solid mould falling into my head has you know, would have probably killed me had I been inside there. But luckily I was outside mucking around with that step that I put in place there, just trying to get it in a millimetre by millimetre place, and that's fallen in. And yeah, I'm going to go home and beat myself to death because that has almost destroyed some of the inside of the head. I'm pretty angry. It's just one of those things that I've done it, and you know, the noise that happened when it fell in, 4 or 5 people come running over here to see if I was all right. They're all standing there and they go, "Are you all right, Ross? Are you all right, Ross? Are you all right? I don't want to come in and find you dead." They're all paranoid that they're going to find me in here stuck in a hole dead, you know, with a broken neck, and that probably would have broken my back had it fallen in on me, and luckily I wasn't in there. I just forgot the thing was there, honestly. Beat myself up and go home and have a little bit of a bash up. I'm going to get that off. I've just set it back up there. I didn't film it because by the time I got in there, the camera was out here. It was just a nightmare, but I'm going to show you the damage. I can fix it though. And that'll be a good little project to show you how we repair gel coat surfaces that have been destroyed, because there's a bit of damage down in there right in the middle of the shower and toilet section. There's a glass wall or a glass door. This step has virtually been destroyed, so I have to repair it from underneath, and I'm going to have to do a gel coat repair on it. Yeah, good bit of content for you on YouTube, but you know, far out. Okay, that is not what I said when it came down. Now I'm going to show you in detail a little bit later, but take a look down here. Luckily, it's missed the sink, and that's going to have a Corian top on it anyway. It's scratched the wall down here, but that's a door, so I can live with that. It's chipped down here. It's chipped a bit of this. I can repair that easily, but what's happened down in here is pretty much unforgivable. That section right there is crushed, and there's about a 12-inch long fracture in the mould or in the module all the way along there. The left side, the toilet side, that's the head there. The toilet side along here is fine, but this side over here is not fine. It's going to require quite a bit of restorative work from underneath first. Luckily I can get to it, and I was going to do some conduit work under there anyway, so I can pass electrics across to the hull side of the boat. But now it looks like I'm going to be doing some structural work before I do the conduit work. So pretty dirty with myself. Bloody lucky that's the only damage. It actually landed in the hole, laying across here, and it stuck here fortunately and didn't sort of career down into there. But you can see all the rubbish and detritus in that drain down there. There's bits of gel coat and fiberglass everywhere. But yeah, I guess I can consider myself lucky. Absolutely freaking angry. I'm filthy with myself. I did a stupid thing. I mean, I didn't need to adjust it. I just thought, oh, I'll give this a bit of a crack. Loosen the clamp off. Forgot the thing was sitting there. It's fallen in, and Jesus, the noise. I reckon you would have heard it in Huskisson 2 k's away. It was pretty loud because everything in here is pretty hollow, so you know, stuff reverberates. And the only saving grace was I wasn't in it with it, and it might have been a very short boat build here, and Janet would have been stuck with this to finish. But you know, I'd give it to Janet. I reckon she'd be able to finish it. I reckon she would. I reckon she's got the tenacity to do it. Had a big week in the bilge, honey. Need a day out on the water.
Even with no wind.
Oh, sick of being down in the bilge. It's just nice being out here and getting some fresh air. There's no fumes out here. I love it. Hey, Bex. Dog's happy too, eh?
Yeah, we're just a bit worried she might take off after a bird. We'll leave her in the middle of the bay.
Hey.
Huh?
She's only had once out.
Come on, Lex, don't go off. Good girl. Everyone's very chilled.
Tiller.
We're screaming along at 1.5 knots, maybe.
1.6. It's perfect.
It's so chilled.
Such a nice day.
Legs. She's getting her sea legs. You gotta not listen to the weather report completely, because everyone would have had you believe that today was pouring with rain.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's coming without a doubt, but it's not going to be here for a while.
Gotta love it. After a big week laminating and down in the fumes and getting out for a little bit of a sail. The only problem is when I get up on the bow, Janet loses a lot of steerage, so it makes it a little bit difficult for her because of my my size. But anyway, pretty spectacular up on the bow up here.
Yeah.
Have you lost steerage yet? Yeah. She's losing steerage back there. So we've only got a hand tiller on the little yacht, which is fine, but when I get here, there's only about an inch of the rudder still stuck in the water. But yeah, she's doing well. Lex is pretty relaxed down the back there, aren't you, Lex? So this is our tender for interim. We've got food, bucket, fuel, dog, Janet, dry bag and another bag. I mean, that's a morning out. Can you believe it? What a joke. A sore bum because she's sitting on the ground.
3:30 in the afternoon.
What a day, eh? Looking good, you guys. So, and then I've got to sit there as well. This is one of the best canoes. This is the best thing we've ever owned.
Sitting comfortable on the boat.
Yeah, I've got a nice seat up there, high and dry. But yeah, this is it. Looks like R2D2, Lexi. All right, and somehow I have to get in there. God help us. Hey, honey, what time is it?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 in the morning, and what happened? Come on, tell me what happened.
No, we're gonna go.
Turn your light off. No, don't turn the light.
No, let's go to the boat ramp and do it.
It's 5 AM and it's pitch black and I'm laying in bed and it's pouring rain, and I remembered we didn't take the foam scupper plugs out of the yacht. So guess who's going out to it this morning? And I had to get Janet up too. It's the middle of winter, 5 AM. Actually, it's about 2:30 AM this morning. I realised we'd been out sailing yesterday and I've got these foam scupper plugs that I put in the back of the boat, and I'd forgotten to pull them out. And I rolled over and said to Janet, "Hey honey, have you pulled the scupper plugs out of the back of the boat?" She goes, yeah, I hung them up. And then we started second guessing. So guess where I am? I'm out on the river, and yeah, I'm basically on the river. It is peeing down rain. I mean, absolutely slashing down. We're expecting about 6 inches of rain today. So if I don't pull these things out, we're going to have one submerged boat, and that's not going to be a good scene. There's foam plugs. What it does is stops the backwash as we head out with the motor on, and I just made them thinking, oh, this would be a great idea. Yeah, that's the second time I've had to do this. They give me the shit, so I'm going to stop using them. I'm actually going to get rid of them out of the boat so I don't use them at all. But I'm going to have to paddle out now. I'm all geared up. I'm standing in 2 feet of water right now. It's the middle of winter. It's about 12-degree water, so I'm getting cold. I'm going. Here she is here, still floating high and dry. The problem is I'm battling the tide here. I had to walk about 500 metres through the sand flats to get here. We're dragging the kayak along because it's dead low tide, isn't it? I mean, honestly, boats, who'd have one? There's only 2 good days when you own a boat. It's the day you buy it and the day you sell it. And I'm heading into an even bigger one, but it's still floating high and dry, so I'm safe. But I'm going to pull these plugs out. Okay, so I've just got to it, and well, a bit of a tragedy getting old, really, because you forget things. Somebody's pulled them out. They're not here. So I was worried for nothing. And that's just tragic because it's 5 AM and I'm freezing and I'm on a canoe in the middle of the river. It's pouring rain and they're not there. So that's a bit disappointing, really. I was hoping they'd be there, but at least we haven't lost our boat. I mean, our owl's doing his job up here, but yeah, that's a bit disappointing. Looks like I'm going to go home and go to bed and forget about it, but that is just crap. I was having such a good sleep and I've lost about 3 hours sleep over this now, but that's the way it is. You can see they actually fit down in these holes here. I've got these foam plugs I put in there for when we're out sailing, and stops the water washing back, you know, when it's nice and calm, stops you getting cold feet. Yeah, guess what? What a downer. I'm going to paddle back. Janet's waiting for me down at the wharf. We're both up. It's wrecked both of our nights, but that's the way it is. See you later. So I got all the way out there, honey, and guess what?
The plugs are out.
The plugs were out. It's
old man.
Freaking 5 AM. Old people forget stuff. And the worst part about having a boat is that the consequences are pretty lethal. I could have lost the boat. I mean, given we're going to have 4 or 5 inches of rain today, I think that's a good measure to go and check it. We've got a wet bum going home for a cup of tea. See you later.